Welcome to X1T Gaming, and together we're going to revolutionize the gaming industry. I've been working on my project for the last couple of hours. Not gonna lie, it's been taking me some while, so I'm going to show you what I got so far. I'm not going to continue on doing it today on stream because I've literally been looking at this stuff for like a couple hours and I haven't really gotten anything anywhere. So what I've gotten here was I got this mouse input thing to interact with objects. I'm thinking I'm going to probably edit it a little bit. So you got if you have your mouse click down, which is the 0 is the left click, then you have this raycast kind of thing, and it's also the mouse position, so it shows up where the mouse position is, and it shoots this invisible ray out. And so then when you hit the stuff, you target your rigid body, and then you did the bounce. And so I have this one so far. And so far, if we actually look at my game, it's okay. I get the up part and the down part for the bounciness, and I could edit it, but it goes constantly to the right. It doesn't go to the left at all, and it makes sense why it does that because this is the x-axis right here. This is the x-axis, and if I do minus, then it will go to the left instead. But I want it to go in the opposite direction of my mouse. So I gotta move the force up a little bit. Let's do 1. Yeah, see, then now it starts to move left no matter where I click it. So what I'm thinking, I'm not going to continue this one on today or like on camera. I'm going to do a quiz. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to probably cheat, do stuff that I already know. I asked someone on Discord to help me with this, but so maybe they'll be able to figure out. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to edit this ray, so instead of interacting with objects, it's going to create an object. So I want it to create an object wherever my mouse is, and make it maybe a little bit down from the clicker. We'll see, and have it so that I'll create like a little sphere, and then I'll just delete right away. So you won't even see it; it'll be hiding. And so then, this way, when the ball, because I already have it set for the physics material, the ball goes in and collides with stuff, right, and it moves around. It already has a thing. It goes to the point where if I were to just create another sphere here, so let's see if I just copy this and then paste another one, and let's move it down a little bit. We're going to have this interaction where they're going to bounce off of each other. Here, let's move it this way, just ever so slightly. So then you see how they start interacting like this? So I'm thinking I could probably just create another sphere and then have them interact like that, and then it'll just bounce anyways. And the sphere will just kind of go for a quick second on and off when you interact with it. Then this way, you see, I don't have to worry about the physics of getting it to go where I want. And you just click, 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 and I'll just keep creating balls and go, 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 go. That's the cheater way. I don't know how good that would be to do, but I don't know why this one's invisible. So let's just delete this one because they're exactly the same. And then we'll rename this one to Game Ball. Boom. Now we don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta cheat a little bit. um, but yeah, so I got it when it goes up just fine, but going along the x-axis is not fine. So if I don't get anything from the guy today or tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll double save this project because I do kind of want to get it to do that. Um, and maybe put like a bracket kind of thing of like this one creates an object. So that's what I'm thinking, just creating an object and letting the physics that they created do itself. So what we got today, so I'm going to do the mark all complete and continue because it's just kind of getting the controls. I'm going to be working on that again. I guess they want you to be working on it while you're doing your yeah, so it's not just all learning. So we're going to go do a quiz today. We'll work on the quiz. I'll show you guys what this quiz is. Let's go big screen. Okay, so we need one question correct. Wait, and I just want to double check that you guys are seeing this and not just my face. Okay, good. So, question 1. You are trying to stop spawning enemies when the player has died and have created the 2 scripts below to do that. However, there is an error on the underlying code is alive and the enemy spawner script. What is causing that error? Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so we got bool is alive, so that's true. Right, I believe it's true, or you could change it because it's public class. So let's go void start controller player, game object find player, game component, player controller, if player controller dot is alive equals false, stop spawning. Okay. Okay, the P should be capitalized in player controller dot is alive. No, the bool in player controller class needs a public access modifier, potentially. The if statement cannot be in the update method. No. Is alive must start with a capital I. No. Is alive does not start with a capital I. Player controller needs a capital P because this is the player controller. So that is the answer. And I said, no, it wasn't the answer. Wait, no. Wait, let me see. Player controller equals this. Get component player controller. The bool in the player controller class needs a public access modifier. The if statement cannot be in the update method. No. That is not true because you want it to be updating all the time. Is alive is also not true. Bool in the player class needs a public I'm going to go with the bool needs a public access modifier. Which one is it? Okay, if statement cannot be in the update method. No, I'm saying that it's wrong. Is alive must start with a capital I. No, it does not. It should not. But the P should be capitalized in player controller dot is alive. That makes me wonder because I'm looking at it and it's like this is the player controller. Doesn't have a capital P, but this one. But also this one doesn't have like a private or a public setting. But if it was private, I would have to say is true. So yeah, no, it needs the public. It needs the public setting. Boom. We're going to. That's our right answer. We could get all the other ones wrong now. Honestly, having like one right answer, I could just like out of 10, I could just go like the second one on all of them and I'll pass. So I'm not too worried. But I want to try. I want to try to get 100% to make sure that I'm actually learning. Match the following animation methods with a set of parameters. Okay, so B has to be number one. Set bool alive true. And there's only one that has it. 1B, and then I'm going to be what? Trigger, set trigger, celebrate. It's going to be A is number 2, and then C is going to be number 3. Yeah, and this is the correct answer. Okay, given the animation controller, state the mechanism below. Which code will make the character transition from idle state to walk state? I think it was set trigger. I think these ones were all triggers. Or were they integers? Does it say here? So why idle, walk, solo, mute, transition, speed F greater than. Okay, so it's a float. Wait a minute, but both those floats are the same. There's only difference is the speed. Is it a set trigger? You know what? I can cheat right now. Got my prototype stuff here. Yeah, it's set. No, but that's for the jump. The jump was a trigger. Wait a minute. So if we space these jumps, so death was an integer. That was a bool. Where is the run? Okay, let's just go back to here. So you have, so it's speed F, so it's a float. F is for float. Set speed F. I don't get it. Okay, given the animation controller state machine below, which code will make the character transition from the idle state to the walk state? You know what? I'm just going to do this one, because I don't see a difference between these two except for like the speeds, and this one I feel is closer to that. So we'll figure that one out afterwards. Which of these is the correct way to get a reference to an audio source component on a game object? I think it's the top one. I think it's A. We'll cheat on this one again. Audio source, audio player, game component, audio source, brackets. It's the top one, A. That's what I said, right? Right, that's what I said? Yeah. It's A. Okay, when you run a project with the code below, you get the following error. Null reference exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object was most likely the problem. Okay. So the player object does not have a collider. The enemy object does not have a rigid body component. The start method should automatically be update. There is no object named player in the scene. Okay, so I'm not going to say there's no object named player. So player equals, okay, player object does not have a collider. I'm going to say the enemy, this object, does not have a rigid body component. I don't see any rigid body stuff here. I just see void on trigger if player z axis is greater than 10. No, the start method should actually be an update, because the start just happens and player is on the ground. So you need is on the ground and game over. And you can't say end, you need to double end end. So if game over is not equal to true and is on ground, I'm going to say C. Because this, the top one, how I see it, the top one is game all over equals false, which is true, and it goes and is on ground, but you don't use the end. So this one does not work. So you got game over, and you're like, what? And is on ground equals to true. Well, what is game over? No, you don't want game over. You want not game over. So you don't want it to be game over. is true, and is on ground is also true. But this one is game over is not equal to true and is on ground. Wait, was the exclamation part not? Yes, yes, I'm pretty sure that one was the opposite. Okay, by default, what will be the first state used by this animation controller? Not crouched. Crouched underscore up, no. Any state, no. By default, what will the player state animate? Yeah, not crouched. I feel that's easy. It's the only one that's orange. Okay, which of the following variable declarations observes Unity standard naming conventions, especially as it relates to capitalization? Okay, so let's see. Public, no. Float, no. So these two are gone. Private player, maybe. Private emanator, no. Bool, game over, equals true. So 4 is right, 5 is right. I don't know about 2. 4 and 5. Boom. Yeah. Because 1, no, it's not true. 2 and 4, potentially. But I'm not sure with 2. But I'm pretty confident with 4 and 5. 3 and 6, I'm pretty confident those are not. Yeah. Okay, just a couple more questions. Which of the following is most likely the condition for transition between run and walk shown below? Oh, wait a minute. There's a less and a greater. Boop, 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 boop. Greater than, yes. So speed is greater than that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, which of the following is most likely the condition for transition between run and no? So greater than 5. Yeah, because if it's less than 5, then it's just going to run, and then he goes more than 5, and then he's going to start walking. Wait, which of the following is most likely the condition for transitioning between run and walk shown below? Speed F. Okay, so if speed F is less than 5, that's a good transition from going run to walk. But going from walk to run, you want greater than. Which of the following is most likely condition for the transition between run and walk shown below? Run and walk. You know what? Let's go less. Because I think what they're trying to do is that you're going from a run to a walk. So yeah, this is probably my dyslexia coming in again. But if it's going from a walk to a run, it's greater. If it's going from a run to a walk, it's less. But I think it's going from a run to a walk because they have run here first and they have the blue arrow pointing. Yeah. Let's just do that. this is my other question. I think I should just get it right anyway. So, 100%. Which of the following do you think makes the most sense for a simple movement state machine? For a simple movement state machine. I think it's A. Right, so the entry is idle. And then from simple, because I feel like this doesn't make sense. You're walking and then you could go from running to stop or straight to running back to walk. Here you go idle, walk, or back to idle and then run. But this one you can do whatever. I think image A. Ready? Let's see what I get. Ooh, I passed. I got 2 wrong. Okay, which ones did I get wrong? So this one was right. This one was right. This one was right. Yeah, greater than the F. This one was right. This one was wrong. Okay. So if you try to find an object that is not in the scene, you will get a null reference exception error. When you run a project, okay, so if you try to find an object that is not in the scene, you will get, oh, I guess it's trying to find player. I don't know. It would have been nice if they had all the answers and be like, this is the right one, so I could look over it again. This one was right. This one was right. Oh, what? Which of the following variable declaration observes Unity standards? Your answer 4 and 5. This is correct. So, private animator anim. Oh. So it was 1 and 4. Wait, no. It was 1 and 5. The bool game over should be true lowercase t. Oh. That's why I didn't see right there. Because I was debating between 4 and 1. But I was more confident with 4. But I didn't see the capital T. Okay, so I'm not too worried about these mistakes. Yeah, see, I was right. You're transitioning from a run to a walking. See, my dyslexia almost had me there. They even have you can expand the image because you're going from the walk to the run. Ooh, if I could expand the image. Oh no. It's just a question. It's not the answers. Okay, so not bad. Not bad, and I got this one right as well. Because it doesn't make sense to just go idle and run. Like, the only time you go straight from idle to running is if you're late and out of shape. And so you start running and then you stop, take a deep breaths, and then you start running again, and then you stop trying to make it on time, but you're just too out of shape. Yes, I know from experience. Okay, don't judge me. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense if you want to walk and go to a run by stopping, being like, okay, I'm walking and now I want to run, so I'm going to stop. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I think we'll call that a day. We got the quiz done. I'm going to probably do some more stuff. I'm going to probably just create that sphere collider thing. I don't think anyone messaged me yet on Discord. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go look at my stuff. I'm going to try to get all that stuff done, and then tomorrow, if I do get it done, I will show you guys what I did. Because we kind of did just kind of marked everything as clear and went to the next one. Yeah, and they just wanted you to get the player movements correct, and I already have the player movements correct. I might put a ceiling cap as well to my game. Um, so here, I'll just show you guys. I'll just show you guys before we go. So what I want for the game is I want this to be able to bounce back and forth all around, and I want to make it so that once it touches the ground, that's considered a game over. And so your whole purpose is to try to keep it up, bouncing in between here. And then I'm going to probably just put a ceiling cap so that you can bounce off the ceiling if you wish as well. And so what I want to do is I'm going to try today to make it so that when I click, it just creates an object. So instead of having it click, so like if I click here, right in the middle, I don't want the um, object to be right there. Well, maybe. I'm thinking maybe I'll have it a little bit less from where my click is, just a little bit down on the y-axis, and probably make it another sphere. Because if I have a block and it hits the edge, it'll probably be a little bit weird. But if it's a sphere, I think it will work better. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. That's, yeah, what I'm going to work on while yeah, you guys don't need to watch me for that because I'm just going to be going on YouTube, listening to a whole bunch of do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? No, 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 and just looking at a whole bunch of videos. Yeah, for a long, long time. And I don't think you guys want to see that. Okay, so 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I go live every day. The goal is by the end of April to have my game complete and to be able to put it out. If I have everything completed for the basic mechanics that how I want it, I might spend a little bit more time on design and go maybe a little bit later and figure out like make it like actually a nice game rather than just get something done and put out there. So we got to work on animators and sounds. Maybe do annoying sounds would be pretty cool if I could actually make my own sound. You guys could hear my bad beatboxing. Okay, so until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a good one.